All right, so I am gone today. Hopefully you enjoyed the First Chapter Friday book, Code Talkers. I picked that out specifically because I thought it tied in really well with the work that we had done learning about the Navajo Code Talkers, and really just sort of a fiction perspective of that event. Hopefully these categories went well. So we're going to take a little bit of time just to review again main or central idea. Remember, this is one of the learning targets that we will eventually be tested on. So just really want to make sure that everybody is feeling confident about finding the main or central idea. So the main idea is the main focus of the text or the author's message about a topic. And specifically when we are looking at our nonfiction texts or our nonfiction videos. We practiced on Wednesday finding the main idea for this short text here about turtle racing. So I read the short text to you, then you guys had an opportunity to write the main idea down. We added some more instructions and you guys had some time to revise your thinking. And I loved seeing on your note cards that a lot of you had things crossed off or erased, or you could see that you wrote it and then you wrote a better one underneath it. And that's such a great strategy, right? We can always revise our thinking and fix our mistakes. We kind of talked about one of the strategies for finding the main idea really is to identify the topic or the subject. So like for this one, we knew it was turtle racing. And then we have to kind of pick out the most important parts. So we talked about where it takes place, Nisswa, Minnesota. And then we talked about why it takes place. And really it's helping businesses in Nisswa, Minnesota. So those were kind of the key points that I was looking for in your main ideas. So I have, or your sub will have the note cards where you wrote your main ideas on them. And I gave you a formative grade on there. So a formative grade means it's really just a check-in to see where we are at. I entered it into the grade book. It does not change your letter grade for better or for worse, but it does tell me that if we took the summative today, that's where most of you would score. So overall, it told me that we do need to spend some more time practicing main idea. So the first thing the sub is going to do is hand back your main ideas about turtle racing so that you can kind of see how you did. And maybe just pause the video here. Alrighty, so just a reminder when you are finding the main idea, okay, you want to identify the subject, right? That's usually that one word, two word kind of short idea. Think what the author wants you to know about the subject. Okay, what are sort of those key points and what is most important? When you write your main idea, it should be a complete sentence. Okay? For the article that we read on turtle racing, one sentence was fine, right? That was a super short text. Some of the texts or videos that you're doing for your book clubs are a little bit longer, so your main idea might be a little bit longer. And then really just making sure you have the main idea and not a summary. Okay? And I think that that's where a lot of us are getting stuck. And it is challenging. It's kind of that Goldilocks, right? Where we have to find that just right fit. Okay, our main idea needs to be specific. It needs to have details, but not too many details. And I know that that is really hard to do. So we are going to practice again. So you should have your main idea note card from Wednesday in front of you. Okay, with your formative grade on there. And I think I did put notes on most of them, like what you were missing so that you kind of know. So you're going to do your new main idea for this new text on the back. Okay, so just on this blank side. We'll do the same thing where I will read the text. It'll be up on the screen. I'll give you some reminders about the main idea. Remember, you can always revise your thinking. That's why pencils have erasers. And then you'll hand it back in, and then there's kind of a short fun video with it too. So, all right. So this one is Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling, and I'm going to have to move my face here at some point. All right, the Cooper's Hill Cheese Rolling Competition takes its name from the hill outside Gloucester, England, where it is held each spring. The rules are simple. A 9-pound round double Gloucester cheese is rolled down the hill, given a 1-second head start to the players who chase it down the hill. The first one to make it to the bottom and across the finishing line wins the cheese. In theory, it's the one who catches the cheese that wins it, but given that it can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, the chances of actually catching it are slim. Up until 2009, the cheese rolling was an official event, but it was called off over concerns for the safety of the spectators. This, however, has not stopped the locals from continuing the tradition. The concerns are not without reason, and contestants being hospitalized are not unheard of. In fact, Cooper's Hill cheese rolling has been called the world's most dangerous foot race and described as 20 young men chasing a cheese off a cliff and tumbling 200 yards to the bottom, where they are scraped up by paramedics and packed off to the hospital. Regardless of the risks involved, how am I going to see the rest of this? Let's see. There we go. And the pressure from the local council to address them, Cooper's Hill cheese rolling keeps coming back every year. As a safety precaution, the cheese was replaced by a foam replica in 2013. So let's see, maybe I can leave that up for you. Okay. Oh, there's a little bit more. What started as a competition for the villagers of Brockworth has grown, and today people from all over the world participate in the cheese race. No, I missed that part earlier. All right, so you should be working to write the main idea of this text on the back of that note card. Right, the first thing you want to do is identify the topic. Cheese rolling. Okay, and then think, what is it that the author wants me to know about cheese rolling? Okay, what are the most important parts of this? We could think of some of those question words, right? Who? Okay, we maybe don't know an exact person. Okay, so what is it? Where is it? Okay, we know where it is. I don't know if we know why it happens, but maybe how it happens. Okay, so including some of those specific details. All right. I have some pictures, cheese rolling. Okay, so here's the cheese right here. He's chasing it. And this is a picture of the hill, which I think is cool to see because it's real steep. And there's the cheese. I'm going to move my head here. And that's basically what it looks like. It's just a whole bunch of people tumbling down. Okay. And take a minute now to look at your main idea. Okay, you're going to make sure it's a complete sentence. In 8th grade, that means writing conventions. We should have capital letters at the beginning, punctuation at the end. And make sure you have some of those details. Like I said, what? Okay, where? Okay, why or how is this happening? And then it does not need to start with I think, or the main idea is, or the author is telling me, right? It can really just start with what that main idea is. All right, and then next is a video of cheese rolling. So I'll stop here and let your sub show that to you, and then they can collect the note cards, and I'll take a look at those when I get back.